"Tom, have you been to Laurel Bank Park?" And I said, "Laurel Bank Park? I never heard of it." And she said, "You must go to Laurel Bank Park. It is more beautiful than Queens Park." And I said, "Is it here in Toowoomba?" And she said, "Oh, yes, absolutely." And here it is, the entrance to Laurel Banks Park. And Laurel Bank was a gift to the city from S.G. Stevens in, looks like October 31st of 1932. So it is a rather beautiful day here. It's a late winter afternoon, and I'm going to take you for a walk through the park here. Now, I would imagine, look at this view as you walk in. I would imagine that maybe I could have done this video in another couple weeks or another month when spring is in full bloom. But regardless, the gardens or the park here looks absolutely gorgeous just as it is, and I can really imagine how beautiful it's going to be in another week or another month, I should say. So I'm just going to do a walk and talk and do a little preview. And I looked online at some of the pictures of this park, and that's what got me out of the house today to come down and just kind of check it out. And they're getting it ready for the Carnival of Flowers. Look at this statue right here. Boy, this will really make for some nice drone footage, I am sure. Look at that. Really a beautiful place. And I would imagine that this would probably look really nice from the air as well with a drone shot. And here are some try to remember to pan up and show you the trees. So Toowoomba is known as the Garden City, and definitely for a good reason. Look at all of these beautiful flowers here. I'm just gonna go slow and share a lot of this with you. Boy, really beautiful. This is if this is winter, I can hardly imagine what spring is going to look like here in another few weeks. And the Carnival of Flowers will be, I think it starts on the 18th of Carnival of Flowers will start on the 18th of September, and I think it runs for the better part of 10 days. But just look at how beautiful this is. Wow. Very nice. I'll probably come and do a drone flight around the gardens over the weekend. Look at that view right there. And the lady that I was referencing, telling me about this particular park, is none other than my landlord, a lovely lady named Nancy. And boy, I was kind of giving her a hard time for not telling me about this park a little bit earlier, and she had imagined that I had done my homework on the park. Wow, what a beautiful place. And it's actually Nancy's friend that is in charge of the garden. I guess every year, look at this view right here. Imagine the drone flying right over the top of that. Boy, I'm sure my friend Phil is really going to appreciate seeing that. Look at how they did that. Really something else. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. This really is going to be beautiful. I could actually program my drone to come down here and just kind of do a pre-programmed flight. And I could come down and do the same flight pattern for several weeks. And in doing so, I could then do a kind of a time lapse of all of the footage. Look at these trees. Boy, what a beautiful place. She was right. Nancy was right. This place, this park is much more beautiful than Queen's Park. Look at that. Wow. Really is something. What an opportunity it's been for me to spend the time that I have here at Toowoomba. Never would I have imagined that I would have been spending as much time as I have here. I'm trying to get all the sculptures for you. Look at that. Wow. Now here is a interesting, look at this. They've got a train coming right through here. There's another sculpture. Yeah, I know my friend Sue Smith up in I have to think about that for a minute. Up there in the Villages is going to see this garden and just absolutely fall in love with it. Look at that. Wow. All types of sculptures here. Really something special. This looks like a flying fish right there. Boy, I can hardly wait for the spring. There's Mr. Kookaburra. See, I've been here long enough now that I know it's Kookaburra, not Kookaburra. There's a beautiful sculpture right there. Very nice. They actually have a like a trellis right here, if you can see it. Look at this trellis. Wow. And over there they have the Laurel Croquet Club. I'm going to come down and play yourself some croquet in Toowoomba. This would be the place to do it. Come down to the Croquet Club. Look at these plants here. there are actually a lot of young children here. It's after school. School is just let out. Here's your croquet. That's something. I remember we used to play croquet quite a bit growing up on the shores of Lake Erie back in the wonderful state of Ohio. Look at that. There's your view right there. Actually step back. There's your Croquet Club. Court, field. Trying to get it all in view. There it is. Very nice. What a wonderful way to come down and spend a nice afternoon. Could bring a picnic down here. Here's the Croquet Club right here. Look at that. And what park would be complete without having a playground, as you see off in the distance. There's the just beautiful. I can only imagine what the city is like in the spring, particularly when they have the Carnival of Flowers. I would imagine that thousands of people would normally come and visit Toowoomba. In many ways, it feels like Toowoomba is becoming my adopted hometown as I come up on the train here. Look at this. Complete with the train crossing. Look at that. Very nice. Trying not to miss anything. As well as trying to go slow enough that I can capture it for you. Wow. Look at this beautiful tree right here. They have some pavilions over there in the distance. I'm sure Nancy will be delighted to know that I came down here and did a nice walk and talk through this garden. Boy, it's really going to make for a nice drone flight. What a special place. They really pride themselves on their flowers, they being Toowoomba, and their gardens. They really take a lot of pride in being known as the Garden City. As a gentleman comes riding by on his bike. I'm going to take a walk just up here. Now, I don't know if I can show this on YouTube, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get away with it. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sculpture right here. Wow. Really something special. Really something special. We got some different, looks like a spider right there. You can see. Not quite sure. So different. You have different animals. This, I think, would probably be a rabbit. So there's your bunny. I see some interesting planters back here. I'll stop and share this tree with you right here. Look at that. Just spectacular. Look at these. Aren't those something? And I would imagine that come springtime, these are just going to be overflowing with beautiful flowers. I found my way to the other end of the park, the other entrance. We've got some bamboo here as well. All right, so that is your walk and talk through Laurel Bank Park here in beautiful Toowoomba. As I walk along, I'm seeing pictures. I'm just visualizing, walking back through here with my camera and taking some still shots. There's a fountain right here. This sign says Laurel Bank. Samuel George Stevens Jr., born and educated in Toowoomba and later manager of the Darling Downs Building Society, considered it essential that the public gardens be established on the western side of the city as one of his beneficent acts for the city. He acquired 62 allotments comprising 10 acres bounded by Harry's, West, and Hill Streets for the purpose. Isn't that something? The gardens, to be called Laurel Bank, were officially presented to the city on the 31st of October in 1932. And I've got to come over and share the fountain with you. Look at this. And I would imagine just on the other side, I think there's probably a waterfall. Here's your view of the pavilion right there. Let's see if I'm correct in that there's probably a waterfall down to a smaller pond, a little bridge going across here. There's a little bit of a waterfall right there. Boy, Australia sure is a beautiful spot in this world. It's not without its problems, like any other place in the world, but still, it is it's a real oasis in a world of crisis. A nice trellis right there. I can only imagine what this is going to look like in about another month. All right, so there is your walk and talk through Laurel Bank. Everywhere I turn, I see something else. See, here's another sculpture right there. Look at that. What'll be really nice is taking some pictures with the drone of a lot of these plants, shrubs, if you will, or bushes. Look at this. Probably give a shout out to Carlo, Mr. Green Thumb himself, Carlo Panettiere, down in Melbourne, East Malvern to be exact. Carlo, boy, I bet you would just love this place. Carlo's got a beautiful garden of his own down there in the wonderful city of Melbourne in Victoria. There's Mickey and Minnie right there. There's your playground. And they're actually building another playground right here in Toowoomba over at Queen's Park, and it looks like it's just really going to be a spectacular playground as well. Look at that. Alright, so I've come back nearly full circle. There's your swings just over there if you want to come down and play on the swings. Alright folks, have a wonderful day, and goodbye from the beautiful garden city here in Toowoomba, Australia.